Woo! What's going on, guys? Orum's Forum coming at you guys with the Orum's Den. Today we're doing a Saturday night special. I haven't really done a podcast in a while. We got nobody in the chat. Well, we got Vash, man. What's up, my brother? We got Vash Darwin. What's up, bro? How you doing? How you feeling after that loss, man? I had to go into hiding a little bit. I did my aftermath. And this one still stings. I think we should be playing this game tomorrow, guys. It's hard to get over. It's hard to get over, man. Like, you do so well during the regular season, 12 wins, get the division. I predicted 11 wins on the year. I said we'd probably win the division. We did all that, man. 12 wins, ended up with 14 altogether, win 2 playoff home games, and we had the 49ers on the ropes. And when you have a team like that on the ropes, you can't let them dance on you. You just can't let them get back to you. 17 points, man. A 17-point lead. You can't let that happen, man. Like, I know it's been a couple weeks, but it's still hard to digest. And I'm here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. It's Saturday night. I work today. I'm going to do a podcast. I got some videos coming. I want to talk about the awards show with Brad Holmes and, Dan Campbell. I think this Lions fan base, man, they need to chill. I don't think anybody really got robbed. I think, to be nominated, I think is special. I think is really special. Stefanski, like, am I going to completely agree that Stefanski deserved that? Maybe not 100% because that was a good team, but man, 4 quarterbacks they went through. They lost Nick Chubb, 11 wins. It's a great defense, though. I thought D'Amico Ryans got the shaft on that one, but but Dan Campbell, man, he got third place votes. He didn't get many votes, like a 3 or something like that. But to be nominated is special. To be in that group of individuals, I think is nice. But I'm going to say hi to some guys. Got some guys coming in. Perry Ball, what's up, brother? Hey, Mark, how you doing? How you doing, Perry? I'm doing pretty good. Ubaldo Barragon, what's good, Mark? Everything's good, brother. Hope you're doing well. Detroit fan, man. Just read there is a real possibility that Matthew Betts, 2023 Defensive Player of the Year in the CFL. He's a stud, by the way. That kid will agree. I don't follow the CFL much, but that kid, he's kind of in the spotlight. He's good. We'll agree to a futures contract next week with Detroit Lions. Can you comment on his fit and grittiness? I'm going to be honest with you. Like I said, I don't watch the CFL much, but I did catch a couple of games. He is a good football player. He really is a good football player. He's got an insane motor. He's a guy that could probably be a pass rush situational guy for the Lions. He's got to still make the squad. Kind of reminds me a little bit of a James Houston. He's got some moves to him. He's got some quickness to him. He's gotten better every single year he's been in the CFL. The Frenchman, he is good. He really is a good football player, and you just never know, right? You just never know. Why not take a shot on him? Sign him to a futures contract, get him into camp, and just see what he's got. We need a pass rush horrifically. Our pass rush is terrible, and that's what this guy does. I think he had like 18 sacks on the year in CFL. And hey, man, some good players have came from the CFL, man. I remember back in the day, Cameron Wake. If you guys remember Cameron Wake, it was a guy that I begged. Obviously I didn't know anybody in the organization, but I was begging for the Lions to go look at Cameron Wake, who was a force in the CFL. I think he was Defensive Player of the Year like 2-3 times in a row. He ended up having double-digit sacks a few times in the NFL for the Miami Dolphins. He might have bounced around to a team or two, but I remember him with the Dolphins. And, this guy could maybe possibly be that guy. Betts, he's undersized. He's like 6'2", 6'3", 250 pounds. He's not a big dude for a rush end. You know what I mean? He's more of a linebacker, but he can do it all. And bring him in. Just bring him for a visit, kick the tires on him, sign him up, bring him to camp. That's all. What's going on, Keitho? Mark the man on. What's good, brother? Hope all's well. Everything's good, bro. Just getting over that loss still. Been 2 weeks, but it's tough. Aquan, Gordy, what's up, bro? What up, man? How you doing, brother? Anthony Belmer. Woo, what's up, bro? What's up, brother? I like it. Woo! I like that, man. I like that. Roy boy, what's up, bro? Are you nervous? Are you nervous yet, Roy? It should be a good game. I find it hilarious that some of the local media got in their feelings about Brad Holmes calling them out. I love it. I didn't really hear any of the responses. I heard the next day kind of Mike Valente was kind of bitching about it, saying that he got in his feelings, blah, 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 this and that. Hey, man, you want to come out and say that Brad Holmes didn't do a good job, and then, why can't he come back and say, look at this. Look what I did. Why not? I think the media looks stupid here. Not every pick he's going to get is going to be right. But, man, he's done a great job for the past couple. I think he's done a great job for 3 years. He's not going to hit every draft pick, though. It's impossible. Warren Moon. Oh, yeah, buddy. What guys are you interested in the draft for us at 29th? I'll be honest with you, dude. I haven't really gone into draft talk yet. The couple of guys I like, man. I like Nate Wiggins, the corner. Jackson Power. Is it back Jackson Power Johnson? Is that what that kid's name is? The center guard. There's a couple corners I like, man. I would love McKinstry to fall, but I don't think he's going to fall. The kid from Alabama. There's a couple of guys, but I haven't really got into it just yet. I will get into it. Normally, I'm nose deep with draft talk because usually the Lions are out by week 5. You know what I mean? Week 6. So but this year has been kind of, man, I just been focusing on the Detroit Lions. Nothing to do with draft talk yet, but I will get on that, and I will come out with some draft pick, like draft status analysis of players, from offense to defense. Throw some names out there, guys. If you want me to take a look at, I'll try to get that on the all 22. I'll try to get some footage, and I try to get my info together. Hell yeah, buddy. Oh yeah. Use the loss for fuel next season. Absolutely, bro. Who would you like to pick up free agent wise? Man, I would love for them to go. I would love for them to go for a defensive end. I would love a Danielle Hunter from Minnesota, Josh Allen. I honestly don't think they're going to do it, though. For two years now, I've been heartbroken that Holmes hasn't gone after a free agent. And I'm not bashing Holmes here. This is not a bashing Holmes type of thing right here. But I've named off guys that I've wanted in the past. They just don't do it. I've kind of conditioned myself to thinking that I don't think they're going to make a crazy move. I think they're going to take care of some guys in-house. You might see an Lee McNeil signing again. You might see St. Brown. I think St. Brown's going to get extended. Goff is going to get extended. Are they going to extend anybody else? Is it going to be a Sewell? I think Sewell, they can wait on Sewell. They don't need to do it right away because they can pick, he still got his 4th year and then his 5th year option. So I got a feeling they're going to pick up his 5th year option. But I would like a couple guys. I just don't know if they're going to do it, man. And like I said, I've kind of conditioned myself in thinking that they're not going to do it. Because every year I get heartbroken, man. Okay, they're not going to do nothing. They're just going to go to the draft. That's fine. And I trust Holmes. Really do. Trust Holmes. But, man, I just think if we would have done something at the trade deadline, like go get another corner or defensive end, something, some inside push, I think we could have beat the 49ers. And I'm not saying we lost because of Brad Holmes, but it just feels like we're right there, and I think we were pretty damn close, man. You get to the NFC Championship, you're up by 17 at halftime, and who says the pass rush would not work right there? Purdy's kind of on the ropes, but, this is why I'm sitting here and Brad Holmes is over there. What's up, 9 Drinks? Woo! Hey, Mark, One Pride, we'll run it back next year. I think so, too, Matt. Let's give a star up. I think we're going to run it back as well. I'm excited for next year, man. The offense is going to be insane. It's great that Ben Johnson's coming back. Defense needs to be fixed, though. I've never been more bitter and salty when watching the Super Bowl. I know, man. I got some money on the Chiefs, so, man, I don't even care, really. So, but, yeah. You think Terrell Williams can unlock some of our defensive line, players like Pascal, who I hope for, and Martin being a monster is huge, man. See him up close. Yeah, man, Terrell Williams, man, he was coaching. He was the head coach of the Senior Bowl. I believe he was the American side, I think. The American team, whatever they do, whatever they call themselves over there. Don't know a ton about his coaching style. I know he's greatly missed, though, by that fan base. I was talking to some Tennessee Titans fans, and they were like, "Man, you got yourself a good coach, man." So, like, I guess we'll find out. He's doing the D line, and he's doing some of the. What's he doing? Some of the passing. What else is he doing? He's got 2 titles, something on offense and something on defense, right? If I'm not mistaken. Spring trading almost here. Yeah, buddy, for sure, bro. Go Tigers, bro. It's like I do not give 10,000. You know what's about this mother. I know. I hear you, brother. I got you. I'm going to star you up, too. I would love to see Danielle Hunter. Everybody keeps telling me he's over the hill. That guy's a stud. 29 years old, still getting double-digit sacks. Monster. You know, I don't think he's going to re-sign in Minnesota. They got other problems, man. Minnesota, they got to worry about. They're going to sign Jefferson, and I don't think Danielle Hunter is going to re-sign with Minnesota. So I'd like to see him. He's going to be super expensive. The line just might not do it. They might not do it, man. Brad Holmes I think he kind of came out, man, after that presser and was like kind of warning people or kind of setting it up for, hey, guys, this is going to be a quiet offseason. We're taking care of people in the building. He could be blowing smoke. Who knows? But I just think, you know, like I said, I've conditioned myself into not think he's going to do anything, and hopefully I'm wrong. I want Jazon Newton, defensive line, Illinois. I got to look into him, brother. Powers Johnson from Oregon. That's a guy. That is a guy that I am going to be looking at hard. I don't know if he'll be there at 29 though. He's the best guard center prospect coming out in a while, I guess. So who knows? I love that Brad Holmes called him out. Matt Dury was another person that got in his feelings. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything about what anybody said. Just I read, well, just not even reading on the radio the very next day with Valente, who was kind of scoffed about it. He didn't really get into it too much, but he was just like, man, he got into his feelings pretty hard. So who knows? Vash Darwin, just like me last year, I know y'all feel. Absolutely, bro. It's tough. It's tough, Roy boy. Johnny Wilson, the guy is 6 foot. I heard about this guy. I just heard about this kid today, Perry Ball. He's a DK Metcalf clone, monster at 6'7", Johnny Wilson. It's funny. I just heard about him today. Somebody was telling me about him. I wish it was so, but I'll take a while for me to get over the second half of MC. Yeah, that's just awful. Total meltdown. And just for everybody, just for how I feel, if you watch any of my videos, my aftermath, it's not all on Campbell. He gets some of the blame, 100%. But, man, that was a team meltdown of epic proportions, man, in the second half. Forgot how to play offense, forgot how to play defense. Can't tackle, can't complete passes, drop passes, fumbles, botch punt coverage. Everything that went wrong in that game went wrong. That could have went wrong. So it's not just Campbell, but I'm not saying he's blameless. He should get some of the blame. Hunter would be nice. Hey, Bo Booth. Hello, Mark, former Notre Dame quarterback. I can't remember his name. Was crying about Brad Holmes on whatever show. Was it Brady Quinn? Might have been Brady Quinn. I know Rob Parker was ripping him apart too. Former Notre Dame quarterback. It sounds like Quinn. Who knows, though? No offense, though. No offense, no defense, man. 7 points in the second half, bro. 7 points. You know? And then 27 unanswered on defense. That's pathetic. Fusco, wow. What's going on, brother? Hope all's good, too, with you, bro. Thanks for coming on. Smash that like button for Mark. I appreciate it. Keith O, my man. We lost because of defense. It was our weakness. Defense, offense, everything, bro. There was a lot to that game, Perry. Not just our defense. You got to score points. And people are saying, well, you know, have Badgie out there kicking. I guess apparently from 45 and out, he's like he was 59%. 59% from 45 to 49 yards. That's his apparently his ratio there, his kicking ratio. Or his kicking numbers. So my guess is he was just trying to get closer. Reynolds catches that ball on the one drop. They're very much closer. And then on the other fourth down, Chase Young got a little bit of pressure, and Goff underthrew St. Brown really bad. And then Reynolds drops another ball on the third down, and on a third down that would have been a huge gain. Would have been in field goal range again. Well, you know what I mean? Or closer field goal range anyway. So it's just like, man, just a lot of things happen in that game, guys. I would be more salty if the Niners win because we should have beat the Niners. I think we should have beat them too. Green Bay should have beat them the week before, Tony. Green Bay should have beat them the week before. We need Snead from KC, and number one quarterback. I wouldn't mind looking at him too. He's a good one. Although Mark Brady was crying about Broad Holmes on whatever show. Yeah, Brady, man, there's a lot of guys crying. There's a lot of guys crying about it, Bo. There's a lot of guys saying he should have kicked it. There's a lot of guys saying they understand it. You're going to get mixed reviews, man. And on my show, this is how we got here, man. This is how we got here with what Holmes and Campbell's his style of play. We don't go for it in that LA game, that first playoff game. Fourth and goal, whatever it was, 4th and 1. Touchdown, San Laporta. We won that game by 3 points. So if people want to say that, we lose that game. Tampa Bay game. Go for it again on 4th down. Craig Reynolds touchdown. It's just the way he is. We don't get to where we're at without the way his style is. It's like a 70% success rate. So you do it 10 times, you get 7 out of them right. And people are like, oh, you can't do that in the playoffs. Damn right you can. You sure as hell can do it in the playoffs. I don't want to hear it. Don't drop the football. Reynolds has been solid all year, man, and he drops 2. He drops 2 balls. St. Brown dropped 1. Laporta dropped 1. Gibbs. Goff missing Gibbs in the end zone, wide open. A lot of shit happened in that game, man. That shouldn't have happened. It did. We had an epic meltdown in the second half. That's just what it was. I'm watching Hockey Night in Canada. Atta boy. Leafs versus the Sens. Who's winning, my man? What do you think about signing Mosley? Nah, I'm done with Mosley, Keitho. Good, hey, man. Good player, but hurt too much. I don't know, man. If he comes back super cheap, okay, but the guy's just a Band-Aid. Powers is a beast, yes. Mark report the Bears want a king ransom for first overall pick, and they should get a king's ransom for it, brother. They should get a king's ransom for it. I still think they're drafting Caleb Williams and trading Justin, but who knows? Well, true. Isn't like the Niners and absolutely spanking and embarrass us while we shit our pants and nonstop in our coaching, and now against our victory went kablooey. Yeah, hey, man, they did. 49ers came out and blew our doors off, man, in that second half. They just did. Meltdown. Chris Mason, what's up, brother? Hey, Orem. Michigan Panthers signed the Colby Tucker NFL level starting guard tackle. Okay, man. Maybe the Lions will give a look at him. Maybe the Lions will take a look at him, brother. Oh, well, not a great time to get a cheery. Vash Darwin. Oh, well, what's up, brother? All good, man. After they lost that game, I didn't watch anything football related for 2 weeks. Just didn't want to hear it. Yeah, hey, man, I had a tough time, bro. I had a tough time after that game, guys. I had a really tough time. I was dumbfounded. I didn't even know what the hell was going on. You just can't have a meltdown like that, guys. You just can't have and it's a meltdown. It's Quinn. Yeah, it was Brady Quinn. He runs his mouth. I don't mind Brady Quinn, though, but hey, man, everyone's entitled to their opinions. They really are, man. They're entitled to their opinions. That's why no one is alike. You know what I mean? Like some NFL pundits, some NFL former players are like, yeah, man, I'm all in on Dan Campbell, the way he did that. And then you're going to get the next guy that's sitting right next to him and say, stupidest move I've ever seen in my life. Luke Wilson played for the Lions. He's over here. He's on a show with Jay Onrait. He said, and I think he was exaggerating, but that's just the way he is. He goes, it was the 2 worst calls I've ever seen in my entire football life for playoffs. Going for it. That's a little dramatic, Luke. But I get it. It's a bit dramatic, but I absolutely get it. Definitely not all on Campbell. Some of these fans are crazy. It was on Campbell that we make it as far as we did. People love him when he listens. Exactly. You can't have it both ways, bro. Like, you can love and hate him. I don't give a shit. But hey, man, I love Villas putting the muscle in his hustle. I like Vildor. He had that bad ball that bounced off him, but it was already a penalty. So Ragnar went beyond the pain barrier and stayed out there. He's a stud, Frank Ragnar. Don't know how many more years we're going to get out of Big Frank, though. We are a young team. It's about learning to win when you're playing undrafted cornerback. It shows me a big upgrade at cornerback. Sutton is a number 2, too. Well, Vildor was drafted, if that's what you're talking about. You're talking about Jerry Jacobs? Yeah, sucks about the drops. Reynolds, but he's been a real freak. He's been solid, man. He's a free agent, too. I would like to bring him back. But this draft is loaded with wide receivers. Loaded. Vegas got skated, paid him off at the half. No, not you, Chris. Come on, brother. What's up, Justin? What's up, Warren? Hope you've been well, brother. I've been good, man. I've been kind of, being low key a little bit, but that's all right. Haven't done anything in a while. I did my last aftermath a couple weeks ago after the game. Kind of, just been working a lot, man. But I'm back. I'm gonna do some videos. Got some videos coming up and all that jazz. Is Cam Sutton, aka Deep Six, going to be there? Oh yeah, man. We signed him for 3 years, bro. He ain't going nowhere. Cam Sutton is going nowhere, bro. You can't get rid of him right now. It would be too big of a dead cap hit. You lose out on cap savings. He's here. He needs help, though. We did, but I cannot wait for next season. The culture has changed. I want to see how hungry I come out next season, how different the team will look. Yeah, I think they're going to come out angry, bro. I'd be coming out angry, so all good. No way anyone could have seen that ball bouncing off. That's crazy. That was a crazy play. It looked like, I think it went off his mask, his face mask, because first of all, Ayuk he's skying up the ground. So I don't think Vildor really seen it. And by the time he's seen it, bang, it goes off his face mask. There's already a pass interference on the call, but it could have been way back. And then Ayuk makes this insane catch. And once he caught that ball, I was like, the game's over. This game is done. I'm like, this game is over because he didn't do shit like that. That's crazy. Like, it's just crazy. You can just feel it, right? And it was a bad feeling, man. It was a concentration catch by Brandon Ayuk. Insane. You do that play 100 times over, he's catching it maybe once. One more time, 2 times. Mark Orem, yes, sir, but time and place is also a factor. You do not have to live and die over a predetermined script ideology. I'm not talking about script ideologies, bro. You know what I mean? Predetermined. If you want to think that this is all predetermined, bro, that's up to you. I don't know what you're saying there. Do you think it is? I don't know, bro. I'm not buying into that garbage. I'm not a conspiracy theorist for one. I just think we had an epic meltdown and broke down and lost. People were telling me, bro, I got buddies. I got buddies who are conspiracy theorists, and they're nut jobs, but they're my friends. And they promised me that the Baltimore Ravens would beat the Chiefs. Promised. They say, you don't know what you're talking about, Mark. It's going to be Baltimore, San Fran. At the time, Baltimore and San Francisco were the 2 best teams in football. So, like you know what I mean? Like, oh, man, you're picking the 2 best teams to win? Well, that's reach. That's a reach. Wow. You know what I mean? Like, try something better. Like, tell me that the Lions are going to beat the 49ers. Tell me that the Chiefs were going to beat Baltimore because they weren't supposed to. That to me would be more of a conspiracy theory. Oh, man, I know Detroit's going to win. But you're telling me that the 2 best teams should have won? That's not news. That's not a conspiracy theory. So I got buddies that told me that Baltimore was beating Kansas City. What happened? Kansas City won. Then you still got people out here saying it's still rigged. It's fixed. I can't take that shit, man. For real, man. It drives me nuts. It just started. Mosley was a bad signing. He should have been signed an NFL minutes out of $5 million. He got, they gave him a little bit extra money. Sutton on a 3-year contract. Yeah, he's not going nowhere. I think he has an out after next year, though. They could get rid of him after year 2 if he doesn't smarten up. I like Nate B. He's good on TV. Burleson, love Burleson. I'm down for JP this draft for sure. Everybody loves JPJ, man. Leafs just scored 1-0 up. Oh, yeah. I'm a Montreal Canadiens fan, by the way. Boom. Mark Dom, the Bandit. Glad we got our corners back. I hope we get some defensive help next season. Yeah, we got everybody back, man. I think the only guy we lost was Brian Duker. He went to Miami. Getting picked up by Miami. We just signed Townsend. So we everybody's coming back except for like one guy. So yeah, man, run it back. What do you think about the coaching pickup so far? I love it, man. I like the Terrell Williams pickup. That guy is. They say that guy is a possible head coach candidate in the next few years. He was the head coach of the Senior Bowl. He was doing some things in Tennessee. Bad team though, but they say he's just a football guy, man. Football guy, and I love the Townsend pickup for pass D coordinator. So I thought we got better there. I thought Duker, man, struggled a bit. Obviously, can Townsend come in and be that guy, be that little bit more of a leader? I think Dre Bly needs some big time help, man. Sutton is another Bruce McNarton. Oh, you Lord. I'm going to give you a star on that one. Big Guns Justin in the house. Yeah, man. Even though 49ers beat us, I want them to win over Mahomes. I got the Chiefs, man. I got the Chiefs. I think they're going to win. I think, I'm not going to say that the 49ers are exposed, but they play some bad first half football, phenomenal second half football against the Packers and against the Lions. But the first half, they've been terrible. And I think if they do that against Kansas City, it might be a problem. So I got Kansas City. I think they're just destined, man. It's hard to bet against Patrick Mahomes. It really is, even though he's the most annoying. He's starting to become super annoying as a quarterback. And I liked the kid at once, but I think it's just this whole family, the Taylor Swift thing. It's just, wow, it's just something else, right? Happy to see you're live, though, brother. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you. Thanks for coming on, bro. Sutton isn't good as a CB2. He's not supposed to be CB1. I was playing with turf, though, and he did well considering. Yeah. I still think he was supposed to be CB1. They gave him some money. They signed Mosley on a flip of the coin. You know what I mean? They signed Mosley on a flip of the coin. He missed like the first month of football. Cam Sutton balled out last year in Pittsburgh when he was playing on the outside. He was mainly a nickel corner, but he got bounced out to the outside and played fantastic for the Steelers. It's a much better defense, though. So I think, just my opinion, I think Sutton was supposed to be the CB1 here. And it's just, like you said, though, he's not a CB1. He's a CB2. And with Mosley, too, I think it was just kind of like, let's flip with the coin. Let's hope he stays healthy. And boom, this guy, he played 30 seconds. Like, I don't know how long he played against Carolina when he got hurt. So, I think Mosley was a flip of the coin thing, possibly a CB1, a good CB2. So, and it just went to shit, man. But Sutton, he played well at the beginning of the year. He played well, man. And then he got hurt, like you said. He had some turf toe. He got a heel problem, ankle. He got his foot was mangled. He started playing bad. So hopefully he gets healthy. Let's see if he gets a little bit better. I don't think he's going to get better. He's been in the league for like 7 years or whatever. I don't see him getting better. You know what I mean? He's kind of this is what we got. But hopefully he's healthy. And that would be, I think, a big step in his recovery and him getting a little bit better at the position. If KC wide receivers keep dropping past the 400, it could be a blowout. Yeah, man. Well, I don't see Tony playing. So, is he playing? You got Kelsey, got a good old line, got a good running game. That Kansas City defense is very underrated. So, there's some things, man. We should get Hunter, Burns, or Allen and Justin Madubuike. I love them all, bro. I would love Justin Madubuike. I just don't think they're going to make a move. I really don't. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope the day they make it, if they make this move, or a Daniil Hunter or a Brian Burns, I think Brian Burns is still under contract, by the way, bro. So they would have to trade for him, I believe. It could be wrong. But Josh Allen, Madubuike, if they can any of those guys, you've got to pair somebody up with Hutch. And I don't think you can do it just with a rookie. I really don't think that. So, but Holmes kind of, he's kind of laying out the groundwork for us fans, man, saying, don't expect nothing. We're taking care of in-house. So he could be blowing smoke. You don't know. But I have set myself up, because I've set myself up for 2 years now. For 2 years, man. Oh, man, he needs to go get this guy. He hasn't done it. And I trust Holmes. I love what Brad Holmes is doing. But I think he does need to get a little bit more aggressive. I really do. And I think if we would have been a little more aggressive at the trade deadline, I think we would have beat the 49ers. But that's just my opinion. Starting to become annoying. Has Mahomes? You know what? I actually liked the kid up until this year. When I saw him have that meltdown on the sidelines when he didn't get a call his way. He's got the voice that's annoying and all that stuff. He's kind of a cookie cutter quarterback. He doesn't really say anything bad, says everything, all the right things. But I kind of saw a different side of him this year. I'm like, this kid's a little bit annoying, man, a little bit of a diva. I figured, but he's a hell of a quarterback. He's one of the best, if not he's the best quarterback in the NFL. I still believe that. Just didn't have a great year. Like, look at his weapons, but I think his family is way more annoying, bro. Travis Kelce is beyond obnoxious too. So If Casey would keep dropping past, the game could blow it in the four. Oh, absolutely, brother. I agree. Secondary and O-line depth is much needed. For sure, man. Secondary. They gotta hammer that secondary. If draft, free agency. You don't got to go spend humongous on free agency in the secondary, but they need some guys. They need to bring in some new faces. Depth for the O-line. You know, Ragnow was on his last leg. Decker, don't know what's going to happen there. You know, they could lose Jackson. I have a feeling they're letting Jonah walk. Feels like they're going to sign Glasgow instead of Jonah. So we're going to be short some guys, man, on the O-line, and they need to replenish. So absolutely. If there's any free agent I want, it's Danielle Hunter. I love him, bro. Him and Hutch would be badass. I would be fine with re-signing Mosley, drafting a guy. We signed Jacobs of Vildor. I want Vildor back. Jacobs, you know what I mean? He'll be super cheap, so why? I don't really care. So both those guys would be very, very cheap, so I'm okay with it. I would love Hunter mixed up with Hutch, bro. That would be sick. It'd be crazy, man. It'd be unstoppable. If you had to choose cornerback or edge, I'm an edge guy, bro. I think the edge helps out the secondary the most, in my opinion. But I'm good with either or. But if I was to choose, it would be an edge. Hutch needs help, big time. Justin just said it for me. More pressure will become more picks. Start up 100%, brother. Hopefully, Ragnow and Decker can stay healthy this year. Do you think the Lions let Jackson walk? Yeah, I think he's walking. With Jackson's injury this year. He's been hurt a lot in the last couple of years. You know, Pro Bowls though. Made the Pro Bowl 2 years in a row. One as an alternate. One was he an alternate this year, or did he actually make the Pro Bowl this year? Kind of don't remember, but I think he's been Pro Bowl 2 back-to-back years. But he didn't have a great year, man, Jackson. And I think I'm hearing he wants all kinds of money. I'm hearing he wants like Zach Martin money. I think that's preposterous. I think that's insane. So if he wants that type of money, bye-bye. Bye-bye. So, like, for real. Go get someone in a draft. I would trade our 29th road pick for a guaranteed stud. Yeah, I would too, bro. I just don't know if anybody team would. But hey, man, it's a first round pick. A lot of people consider that kind of pick right there, the 29th. They're like, that's a second round pick, 29th bottom. I think no, that's a first round pick. But if we can get somebody good for that, you probably have to package something else, Keitho. But yeah. We shouldn't be surprised if BH trades up in the first round. I'm expecting him to make a trade in the draft. That's for sure. I think that's going to be where he's aggressive. Right there, Bull Booth. If he doesn't do something big in free agency, I bet he will go for broke in the draft. I have a feeling he's going to do something in the draft too. I do. He always does. It seems that he always makes a move, right? I see us trading up. Yeah. Perry Ball. The center Jackson there, 29, should be a Lion. If he's there, I have a feeling he's not going to be there because he is a stud. But he could be there. You never know. You never know, bro. You have to get D-line help if the quarterback is used to throw the cornerbacks will get bullied. I get it, bro. I get it. We need more help. Hutch needs help. He led the league in pressures. 11.5 sacks. He had a better year this year, I thought. You know, tackles. I think he had more tackles. You know, he's got some work to do, man. He went for a long time without sacks, but it's not just all about sacks. He is literally a pinball out there, man. He doesn't stop. He doesn't stop, man. And I think he's going to get better. I've always said I lost the bet. Like I think I've talked about it before. I lost a bet with a Bears fan, and I paid him, by the way, $50. I said Hutch was going to get 15 sacks. It didn't look good. You know, then he went on that tear at the end of the year, got to 11.5, and I was like, oh, okay, man, he's getting there. I would make that bet again next year. I think he's going to get 15. I just think he's going to be that. He's going to be that guy that's going to be consistent 10 to 15 sacks a year and just a game changer. And he's proven wholeheartedly that he is the number 2 overall pick. He should have been the number 1 pick. Thank you, Jacksonville Jaguars. And Trayvon Walker actually had a good year. He had like 10.5, I think 10.5 sacks for the Jaguars and played well. Bunch of tackles, made some noise. Oh, Trayvon, man, he actually had a better year than he did his rookie year, and that's what is expected. So hats off to Trayvon Walker, but you should have took Hutch, and thank you for that. Draft a couple defensive end studs, 100%. You get the 5-year versus only 4. there is a guy you really like and the draft group don't like it, that's okay. See how our first 4 picks panned out last year. Yeah, man. There's going to be guys that we love. There'll be guys that we love and guys that Holmes doesn't even have on the board, I bet, man. You know what I mean? It's just, I trust what Brad Holmes does. This is fun to talk about. I love talking about this shit with you guys. It's like therapy for me, man. Football is therapy. It really is, to me, anyways. And, especially now with the Lions, the way they lost, I need all therapy I can get, man. So, yeah. Yeah, Jonah Jackson could have, like Jamal Williams, overestimating his worth. He could be. I think, I keep hearing that there's the Panthers could be involved with him. Tampa Bay likes him, I guess. It could be all just speculation. It could be like his agent just throwing stuff out there, trying to get the Lions to bite. But, if they let him walk, I trust that Brad Holmes will replenish. I don't have a problem with that. Hutch will get 14-plus sacks next year. I think so too, man. Call him 15, bro. F yeah, Mark. Hutch effing rules. He does, man. He's a stud. He's an absolute stud. A lot of people, man, called that kid a bust, and I never understood it. I never got that. I never really understood that, man. It usually came from OSU fans and then Michigan State fans. It really did. And if there's anybody out there that's an OSU fan and a State fan, I got nothing against you. But if you think that he was a bust coming out, look at him now. He's the real deal. He really is. He's just going to get better. He's just going to get better. Do you, Cody, and Martin have him? Do you, Cody? What's that, bro? This is better than therapy. 100%. You're getting a star, Bo Booth. 100%. I see a redraft. Gibbs went 10 over Robinson. Gibbs was a beast this year, bro. Breakout this year. For who? For Broderick Martin? Why do you think Ragnar does not want to at least try the experimental toe surgery? What's up, Mike M? I'm not really too sure. I heard that. I know it's experimental, but I'm guessing it could get even worse. You know what I mean? It could be even worse if he does it, because at first his toe was inoperable, meaning you can't operate on it, man. Nothing's going to fix it. Now they got, they're always evolving with medicine and all that stuff. I get it, but he probably just was like, it's not going to get any better. So I'm not sure. You were half sacks off with your bet. He had 3 sacks in the playoffs. Yeah, but it was a regular season. It was a regular season bet. Playoffs weren't involved. But yeah, he had 14.5. You're right, though, because he had a very good playoff. He didn't play very well in the NFC Championship game. He had a couple knockdowns, but he didn't make a lot of noise in that NFC Championship game. We need a defensive tackle and a pass rusher to help AG. 100%. You're one cool dude, Mark. Glad to catch you, bro. God bless you. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. God bless you too, bro. You think Martin and Cody could have a breakout year? Cody? Who's Cody? I don't know who Cody is, dude. Cody. Martin. You talking about Broderick Martin? Cody, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm just having a brain fart, dude. Do you think Dan really doesn't trust his kicker, or is he going to go for 4th downs regardless? I just think he's a gambler, Zakwa. I think he's just a gambler. Honestly, this is my opinion, and that's it. If he would have had Justin Tucker out there, I literally think he's probably going to kick it. He's probably going to kick it with Tucker. Okay, let's just say Tucker. He's probably going to kick it with Tucker. But I just think if he had a really good kicker still, I think he's going for it just to get it closer. It's just the way he is, And there was a number out there, like for Badgley, from 45 to 49 yards, that he's not very good. He's like under a 60% kicker. So it's a little bit of a risk. It's a risk. He took it. But he's a 70+% success rate going for it. So, do you want to experiment in the prime of your career? Yeah, I don't think he's going to experiment. If you tried to choose a quarterback draft, you like. I like Cooper DeJean. I like that kid. I think that kid's going to be a safety, though, to be honest with you. I could be wrong. I like Wiggins. I like McKinstry. I don't know if they'll be there at 29, though. It's fun to talk football and hear what you're thinking and what the chat is thinking. Absolutely. Sorsdal. Okay, Colby Sorsdal, not Cody. Colby. Colby Sorosdale. Okay. I think he's a good backup. Could he make if Jonah walks, maybe he gets a shot in camp at a starting gig? But I think they'll draft somebody. Colby Sorosdale. Okay, good. I got it. Those we pick up after we draft Martin. Okay, yeah. Colby Sorosdale in the fifth round from William and Mary. I get it. Okay, yeah, man. I don't know. I don't really know. Now, what was the other one? I think he's going to be a backup for a bit, for just a little bit. Now, Broderick Martin, don't know yet, man. That guy, third round pick. I think that was if anything, I thought that was a bad pick by Brad Holmes. You drafted a project in the third. Now, let's hope he comes out this year at training camp and he shows that he is going to like steal someone's job. I don't think you should be drafting projects in the third, but like I said, this is why I'm here. And he is over there, Brad Holmes, making lots of money doing what he does because he's a lot smarter than me. A lot smarter than me. You know what I mean? So, but hopefully Martin can come out in camp and say, hey, man, you know, hey, like, what do you do? He dressed for 2 games, a third round pick dressing for 2 games. That's terrible. I think that's terrible, in my opinion. He's got to contribute somehow. I think your first 3 to 4 picks, like first 3 rounds, 4, maybe even the 4th, but for sure the first 3 rounds have to contribute somehow. Have to. And Martin didn't contribute at all. I think he dressed for the Raider game, and I don't know after that. He might have dressed 2 games. It might have been 1. But you can't have your third round pick in street clothes when he's healthy. You know? But I'm not ripping apart Brad Holmes for it. I'm just saying I thought that was a reach. I thought that was a reach, man. And I didn't like that pick. And I have the right to say that. I have every right to say that. It doesn't mean I hate him. And you know what I mean? I just hopefully he can come on. James Holyfield, what's up, man? Hey, what's up, Mark on here, bro? I appreciate it. Mitchell, cornerback from Toledo. I like that guy. Dennis Tytek, give you a star. And I like that kid. They got a pretty solid Senior Bowl, too, I think, right? I'm hoping Terrell Williams can unlock Martin, becomes a monster. I hope so, too, bro. I'll tell you one thing about Martin, man. He was strictly a nose tackle in college. Strictly a nose tackle. Not much of a pass rush, just a massive human being, like 350 pounds or whatever he is, 340. He was an immovable object. He was huge. So what's he going to be in the pros, man? Is he just going to be a guy that's just a space eater? You know, I think he could have waited on that. But, hey, he saw something. He traded up to get him. Gave away like 2 picks, maybe 3 picks to go get him. They were late picks, but my God. What should we do regarding wide receiver outside of Williams and St. Brown? It's a good well, they picked up Traquan Smith. Right here. Mike M's talking about it right here. They picked up Traquan Smith. I think it was a low risk, high reward move. I think so too. It's a guy that, you know, didn't make a ton of noise in New Orleans. He was on the Denver Broncos practice squad. You know, he's got speed. He's got some decent speed. He's a flyer. Decent hands. You know, he's not a small guy, but he's not big. He's like 6'1", 210, 205, whatever. So he's got a little bit of size to him. Are they going to bring back Reynolds? Are they going to bring back Donovan Peoples-Jones? There's some wide receivers in this draft that are really good. So, you know, I'm not going to be naming some guys right now, but there's some guys in this draft that you can get from rounds 1 through 5 that can make some noise. It's probably, I think it's probably, this draft is probably heavy wide receiver, in my opinion. A couple other positions too, but wide receiver, it's pretty saturated with talent. So I could see them grabbing someone late. I have a feeling they're going to pick back up Reynolds. You know, that's Goff's boy. So who knows? You still got Antoine Green on the roster. Could he be a guy? You know what I mean? What do you think about the Hooker talk about getting traded to the Falcons? I think that was just all. That was all what's it called, a blog or something like that. That was a fan thing. That wasn't anybody credible, bro. I don't think they're going to trade him. I think Hooker's going to be the backup. He's going to be QB2. He might have a little bit of he might get a little bit of competition going, but not with Goff. Goff's the QB1. Goff's getting extended. He is. He deserves it. I'm here to tell you. I had my words about Goff. I was wrong. Like I said, but I'll never apologize for it. I'll never apologize for having an opinion, but I was wrong on Goff. And I think Hooker's going to be a QB2, and I don't know. Is there a possibility he could get traded? Maybe. The time to do it is real soon because he's 26 years old. He's nice. You know what I mean? That's not old whatsoever. But even if he comes, just say Goff leaves in 2-3 years. He'll be 28, 29 years old. He'll have all kinds of mileage on him. He hasn't gotten hit. Just say if Goff stays healthy. That's all I'm saying. So I like Hooker as the QB2 right now. I don't think he's getting traded, bro. Martin has a ton of measurables. You can't teach size, but you can learn how to keep his hips low, becomes a beast. That's what he needs to do, man. Yeah, you can't teach size, can't teach strength. He has all that, but it's all about technique. It's all about form. We can get Mike Evans. We're not spending a bunch of money on a wide receiver, bro. They're not going to do that. I'll tell you right now, that will not happen. That's just that's my opinion, bro. That's not going to happen. 49ers win Super Bowl. Lions start season on Thursday at San Fran. Oh, boy. Could happen. Antoine Green is a sleeper wide receiver. Yeah, he could be. Yeah, absolutely. Just said that. Glasgow, you were signing him. I would, man. He stepped up this year. Multiple positions. I heard they're trying to sign Glasgow. He wants a little bit more money, and I think he deserves it because he stepped in and started. So, yeah. I agree with you, Mark. Hunter would be my number one option, and then Burns, but it's not like Holmes to sign big-ticket free agents. Not yet anyways, but I don't feel he's going to. But I think Burns, bro, I don't think Burns is a free agent. They would have to trade for him. Pretty sure. Could be wrong. Vision Stealth. What up, Mark? What's up, brother? Keith, I've been saying Hooker pans out. We use both cards. We can switch out on certain plays like the Saints do. I guess they do. I guess they can, but Hooker's not like the hell's that kid's name in New Orleans, man? The tight end there. He's not like that quarterback. He's not as big. He's good size, but I don't think they're going to use him as a gadget guy. I really don't. But I guess it could happen. I won't go any further than 3 years, 45 million with a 1-year team option for Goff. Yeah, he already has a year on his deal. So I can see him getting another 2-3-year deal, make it a grand total of 4 years, say 4 years with an out after 2 or 3. I think that's what they're going to do. I really think that's what they're going to do. They're going to give him big money. Are they going to give him 50 plus? I don't think so either. I don't really think so, but who knows, man? I can't wait to see the contract. PH and MCDC have said from the beginning that Goff is their man. Absolutely. He is their guy. He deserves it. He deserves it. And all I ever said about Goff, I had my moments where I probably was a little bit carried away. Not going to lie to you. I just wanted to see accountability. I wanted to see consistency. I wanted to see him get better. And he did. He did. I never really came out and go, he's garbage. Maybe in a heat of passion. Maybe a little bit of passion, I did that. I do that for everybody does that. But I never thought he was a garbage quarterback. I think he's a very damn good quarterback. I actually do. But there's things that do bug me about him. There's things that bug me about that game, the NFC Championship game. He missed a wide open Jahmyr Gibbs. Now, I'm not blaming him for the loss, but he did miss it. He was wide open. Nobody was nobody was even near him. He threw right over his head. I never understood that. I think the whole team melted down in that second half, but you got to make that throw. They already know. They already got to pay St. Brown next year, probably 25. Yeah, I think St. Brown's getting paid this summer. I think he's getting paid soon. He's going to get paid soon. He's going to get extended. He's going on his 4th year. I think he's done after that. So I think he's getting extended, and Goff's getting extended too as well. Who do you think we'll pick in round 1? I'm hoping it's defense, bro. I'm hoping it's some type of edge, or if they move up, try to get an edge. Edge or corner. That's what I want, man. But they could go O-line as well. Do you like TJ Tampa cornerback? I like Sweat from Texas. I really like that guy a lot. What's his name? Devondre Sweat. I don't see using your back and forth as a gadget, not a good strategy. Well, yeah, well, the Saints do it. The Saints do it, but I don't think Hooker is not like, I can't remember the kid's name. Tyson Hill, right? Tyson Hill. Yeah, he's not built like him. Hill's like 240, 230 pounds. He's not a hammer. He's not a hammer like Hill is. Hill is a whole different style of quarterback, man. You know what I mean? I like him too. What's up, Goff? 4-year, 180 million. He could get that. He could get that. That's 45 a year. You could get that. I'm okay with that, man. I don't think anyone said get rid of Goff. Well, there was people that said get rid of him. Keith, you'd be surprised. Even in the heat of passion, I was like, man, we got to get rid of this guy, man. I did. I'm not even going to lie to you. I did. There was times where I was just fed up. Man, God, he's terrible, man. He's not going to get better. And boom. You ain't lying. You did step up quite a bit every once in a while. He's bad, but when God was hot, he's pretty fucking awesome. Oops, I swear. Yeah, he's awesome, man. He's the top 5 to 10 quarterback. He has been for the past 2 years. It's getting better and better. Just needs time in the pocket. And that's why you got to build that lineup. The St. Brown extension will start in 2025, though, salary cap wise. It might, but I have a feeling they could do it this year. It'll save money. Even the Goff extension will save money. Do you think shows out in training camp? Martin? Colby Sorslow? Hopefully, bro. Is Hill the primary backup in New Orleans? Pretty well. Yeah, it's like Derek Carr and then Winston. And, it's Derek Carr and then Winston. And he's kind of more gadgety. Hill's like he's more gadgety. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I guess he's not really the backup. That's a great contract. Solid. I hope we bring back Mosey back on another 1-year deal for coverage potential add quality to the D. I'm telling you my opinion. I'm done with him, but that's just me. I don't run the team. And Holmes could bring him back. He could be. He'll be super cheap, man. Bring him back for a couple $1 million. Does he want to come back? Does he think he can get greener pastures somewhere else? Who knows? That our offensive line has been so amazing. Hot over they've been great, bro. It's a fantastic O-line. Do you think Hooker shows out in training camp? Well, if he's healthy, sure, why not? I think he's gonna play well in camp. You're gonna see him, and you're gonna see him a ton in preseason. And you're gonna get the same old reactions, man. If he plays phenomenal, this whole fan base is gonna say Goff needs to go. It's just the way it is. And I personally just don't think Hooker is going to be a QB1 here in Detroit anytime soon. It might be in 2 more years. It might even be 3. If he's even sticking around. If he's still around. Like, you know what I mean? The situation is it's hard to gauge. I think they love him, but they also love Goff. They do. And he's getting extended. It's not, I'll bet my life on it that he's getting extended. The Hooker's 26. So what do? You keep him as a backup. You got him under cheap. He's cheap as dirt. So why would you even get rid of him? He's a guy that could possibly step in if Goff goes down, and maybe he just takes over. I don't wish Goff to get hurt. I don't want that, but it's a good option to have, man. This kid probably should have went in the first round, but he had a major injury, and he slipped. And I think it was a great pick by Holmes, man. It's a kind of like he's in your face. Grab him, right? Just wish Goff was somewhat mobile. We all do, bro, but he's not. When Goff is on his game, which is easily most of the past 2 seasons, Goff is a top 5. He's been playing at a top 5, top 10 level easily, brother. Yes. I still wouldn't be surprised if Jones still re-signed. He didn't even make a lot of top free agents on many lists. Curious to see his market. He's probably not going to get what he wants now because of the injury. I just wish he'd stay more healthy, man. Like, we need him. We really needed him in that San Fran game. The Awosika, man, hats off to him. But man, God, he really struggled in that second half. He struggled big time. So, who knows what they're going to do there? Continuity is a big thing. Unity, keeping the guys together. It's a big thing, man, for O-linemen. It really is. And we could be losing a couple guys sooner than later. But it looks like everybody's kind of coming back. Maybe not Jonah. So it looks like everybody else is coming back, though, right? I would only bring back Mosen at vet minimum. Exactly. I'm not paying him that much money. Maybe $1 million or $2 million, maybe. What's up, Mark? Sorry, I'm late to the party. Go Lions. It's all right, King SJ. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it, bro. Hooker give me the primary back for his first contract. After that, question mark. Absolutely, man. I think he's a great option for a QB2. We know he's got talent. We just got to see it now. Now we just got to see it at the NFL level. We know he was a stud in college. We already know that. There's a lot of guys that happens, man. You're a stud in college, you're dog shit in the pros, or you're not even that good in college. You're kind of mediocre, and then you turn into a stud at the NFL level. It just kind of all depends, man. Like, I like Hooker. I liked him when we drafted him. We drafted him in the third round, and I think he's a great option for a backup. I don't think they're going to hand it to him. I think they're going to pick up a quarterback along the way just to push him, just to kind of push him for QB2. But he's not unseating Goff anytime soon. Hooker, a high draft pick, a risk, but worth it just in case of the 10% Goff. Absolutely. Start up. Hooker will probably go for the Jordan Love route. He could, but he's much, much older. He's much, much older. If a team's offers a good player, a draft picks for Hooker, the Lions need to listen and talk about it. It all depends. See, then this is where we get into the tricky part of this, bro. Absolutely. If they offer like a second round pick, a high second round pick, a couple good players, which I don't think is going to happen. I just don't. But the Lions really need to kind of like think about it, and I'm sure Holmes is up. Holmes is not stupid. Holmes is the type of guy that he'll listen to everything. This guy's work is never done. It's never done, guys. You guys know that. Holmes is due diligent. Probably in the office right now, man, working on shit. Guaranteed. 8:00 at night. He's probably sitting there with Dan Campbell, and they're probably going over draft prospects. Guaranteed. I bet you $1,000 that's what they're doing. For sure. You got to remember where the roots came from with Brad Holmes, man. He was a top college scout for the Rams. He was head of the college scouting department. He knows his shit. He knows it. And don't get it twisted that this guy doesn't get involved in stuff. He has his guys, he has all his scouts, sends all his scouts out to everywhere and go, hey man, you go here, send everybody assignments. Don't get it twisted. Brad Holmes is doing his work on these guys. Guaranteed he is. Guaranteed. He is a smart man. Look what he did in this draft last year. And he got dragged through the mud. Drafting a running back high. Drafting an inside linebacker. Jack Campbell. Reaching for a tight end. Going for Brian Branch, who's sitting in the green room. Everyone's like, oh, he runs slow. Brian Branch is slow, by the way, eh? So we grabbed him. Holmes did his work and did his due diligence, and it paid off, man. Now, can he duplicate that? He's already had 3 good drafts. He's had 3 good drafts. Has he hit on every single player? Absolutely not. It's impossible. We'd be winning Super Bowls if that's the case. You're never going to hit, not even the best of the best hit on every single draft pick. But he's hitting on majority. He's got to be hitting on 70%, 70+%. He has to. There's a couple guys that, that can make you wonder, scratch your head. But man, he's doing his work, guys. And he's such a good GM. He's the best we've ever had here, man. And we're going to win a Super Bowl with that guy. I'm telling you right now, we're going to win a Super Bowl. Should be playing tomorrow. Really should be, but oh well. We appreciate you guys coming in here. I got 27 in the building. Not as big as I wanted it, but it's okay. I like the vet minimum. Same here. Mark, do we go O-line or D-line the first round? I think it's. I got three. I got three, brother. I got O-line, D-line, and cornerback. That's all it should be. Now, I would love a defensive lineman at 29. You know, we're not even looking at one of the best defensive linemen, so you could be looking at one of the best O-line prospects at 29 if some guys fall that far. So it's going to be interesting, man. But we need a corner. We need a D-line, bro, and an edge. We need help everywhere, man, on a defense. Cornerback is huge too, bro. Like, my goodness, bro. Corner or defense in the first round, our best player available. I like that too. And Brad Holmes is not shy to do BPA, best player available. You guys know that. Really began to see the growth of Jamison down the stretch. Absolutely. Watch for Ben to use it a lot more on end arounds and down the field next season. They need to get the ball in that kid's hands. He's electric. He's electric. It's good that they're starting to finally trust him. I think it took forever, but Ben's finally trusting him. They need to use him. He needs to be wide receiver 2 this year behind Amon-Ra. He needs to be. He needs to be the big play guy, the guy that gets 7-8 targets a game. You know, he needs that. Get the ball in his hands, man. He's electric. SOL is gone, bro. Tony C, I'm going to star you up. SOL is gone. It's no more. We won the division, won 12 games. We're getting better every single year, bro. NFC North champions, 2 home playoff wins. SOL is done. It doesn't exist. You're going to get these idiots from like Packer fans, Minnesota fans, Bears fans. They're going to tell you, SOL, you lost in the NFC championship. We did. We choked. You can almost call it an SOL loss, but a lot of teams lose like that. But you can't. But we're super young. We're going to be back. But SOL is done, brother. Done. As much as I really love Witherspoon, last year's draft, we got lucky. Seattle took him ahead of us. I think he would have been our pick, but would have meant no Laporta for sure. Witherspoon's a dog, though, bro. He's an absolute dog. And I still think that was Holmes' guy. He was taking him. He was taking Devin Witherspoon. And then once he got drafted by Seattle, he shot right back down and dropped down to 12th. And then we took Gibbs. I love that kid, bro. I just don't think he's going to be there, Patty Grimes. He could, but that's part of number 1, fit. 2, talent. Number 3, position. Yeah, you got to get all that, man. And they will. They're not just going to draft the guys that we like because we think he's fantastic. They might like everything. We did all this. We've been doing this for 2 years. We've been doing this for 3 years now with Holmes. And we still don't get it right. We haven't gotten it right, any of us. Like, we could talk about the Jackson Powers. We can talk about, Nate Wiggins. We can talk about the Chop Robinsons. We can talk about all these guys. They might go out of the woodwork and draft a tight end. I'm not saying they're going to draft Brock Bowers won't even be there, but I'm just saying they're going to draft somebody that we might not even know is even on the board at that time. That's what he's been doing. And I love that. I love that. I trust the guy. He hasn't given us any reason not to trust him. I can see if BH sees his guy, he does whatever it takes to go get him. You want to Witherspoon, watch him taking off under him, but he doesn't let that happen this time. Exactly. He waited, and he just waited a smidge too long, bro. As much as I really love Witherspoon last year's job, we got lucky. Oh, absolutely, bro. Power Johnson. Oh, yeah, man. He's a stud, bro. He's a stud. Man, that kid is a stud. Best center guard prospect in this year's draft. We will have healthy Raymond back this season. Raymond's back too. Raymond's out, I think he's got 1 or 2 left on his deal. So Raymond's back for sure. So you got that guy back, which is solid. We needed him. I think we needed him a little bit too in some of these games. What's up, Jared Howard? What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Good to see you in the chat, man. If you had to bet, does Holmes trade up or back in the draft? I think Holmes trades to 29, but no clue which way he goes. I think I have a feeling he's trading up. I think he's going to go up in the draft. Don't really know who, but I have a feeling he's going to go up in the draft. I really do. I really feel that, bro. If that Alabama corner, Kool-Aid, if McKinstry falls, I think it'd be a great pick. I love that kid. I think he's solid as hell, bro. I really, really like him. Really like him a lot. Having a good time talking to you guys, man. Been on here for about an hour and 5 minutes. You know, I'm going to ask a couple more. You guys can ask me a couple more questions, have a couple more statements, and we can be on my way, man. I don't want to go too long, and got some stuff to do. But hey, man, I appreciate it. That 26 in the building. Don't forget to like, comment, share this out, guys. You know, really helping my channel out, and I'm gonna have some. I'm gonna try to be more consistent with my pods again. I'm going back to being lazy again, but you know, this loss really put a sting on me. But I got some videos coming. I got some Brad Holmes video coming. That I want to talk about Brad Holmes. I want to talk about did a lot of Lions players get snubbed? I know this fan base thinks they did in that award show. I'm not feeling that. Nothing bad against our Lions, man. That were all nominated. That's fantastic. But there's other guys that deserve that, and they got that, man. And you know, but to be nominated, just think about it, guys. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a spoiler on that video about did we get snubbed. Everyone's saying that Campbell got snubbed, Ben Johnson got snubbed. You know, maybe Ben did a little bit. Just think about it, guys. Being nominated is special. That means that they think that you're the top guys. Like, even if you're not, there's one, you know, there's 4 guys for Coach of the Year, 5 guys Coach of the Year. You might not have won it, but he got voted the 3rd best head coach in the NFL. Dan Campbell, Coach of the Year. That's no joke. When's the last time we could say stuff like that, guys? Ben Johnson, too. You know, 2 years in a row, man. Kind of got hosed a little bit. I will kind of say he did get a little bit hosed. But, you know, guys like Gibbs, Laporta, you know, Stroud deserved it. You know, and that's just all I'm going to kind of leave it at. I'm going to get more into it with my videos. That's coming in a day or two. So everybody have a good Sunday. Have a good Saturday night, man. Have a good Saturday night. Be safe. Don't get in a car. Don't drink and drive, or I'm going to smack you around. I'm really going to. You know, I don't want to see you guys doing that. Enjoy the Super Bowl tomorrow. I know there's a lot of guys that don't want to watch it. I was at that turning point, man. I was there too. I'm like, I ain't watching this garbage, man. I ain't watching this. I'm going to watch the game. It's going to be a good game. I'm going for the Chiefs. I got some money on it. Go Chiefs. Can't believe I said that. But yeah, man. Everybody have a good time, man. Good Sunday. Be safe. Eat a lot of chicken wings. Eat some nachos. Appreciate it. Orum'S Den. I'm out. Boom.